This is Mr. Impact Wrestling himself, Moose, and you're listening to the Irish Whip.
Hookers? Hookers and Coke?
Hookers and Coke, man.
You're the only pro wrestler I know that wants to do this shit in the morning.
Yeti, you're a f***ing moron.
Put it this way, I think Sami Callihan might as well just change his name to Invader
I
One.
want to know why. Like, he can dodge any question. Like, I'll tell anyone that. You can tell me but I'm going to ask specific questions.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all the rest of you yahoos who are out there dilly-dillying, you little wankers, we're actually receiving real wrestling news.
This is
Brett screwed Brett.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Brett screwed Brett.
Hold 2! Arm bar!
Hey, get a nice shot of the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your wristbands. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate the C Nation. I hate everything that you stand for.
Sodas rule.
Yeah, they do.
What's up, TIW Mafia?
What's up, gentlemen and ladies? This is cool.
This is.
I'm always curious about, and people that can't watch, as always, please follow us at the number 3 Irish Boys with a Z on Twitter, always on Facebook. Sportscaster, anywhere you can see down below, anywhere, any podcast is pretty much available. You can find the Irish Whip podcast.
I love this. Look at this. We got RJ right off the bat with Ringside Rant. We had Tommy Flynn right off the bat.
Love it. I love
you guys.
I love the props. I love your brewski. I love your brewski jersey. I love my. You're drinking beer. I have Irish coffee going tonight. Thanks, Timber.
Yeah, I got
we were just talking about that. You're telling me to stop telling my kids to be quiet, and I told them that they need to know wwho sits at the head of the table. And what did you say?
Yeah, your girlfriend.
Yes. I'm excited to give away the fig. How was your week? Like, we didn't talk very much this week.
No, we didn't. It was great. I mean, I worked. I watched some wrestling.
What's up, Chaos Theory podcast, Mr. Mike Farrell?
What's up, Mike? Mike, you thinking of some schemes? You thinking of some raps, Mike? You got to give me the date. I'm telling you, any day after Christmas, I'm down.
God, this is fucking...
I've been studying the lyrical, you actually said that you were gonna...
You said that you're studying...
The lyrical genius. The lyrical genius. Vanilla Ice.
You had ice in there. You just had the wrong... Ice cube, iced tea, ice... anything. Besides vanilla. He didn't even write his own shit. I bet if you look on there, he didn't even write his own shit.
We got some shit, I think tomorrow... I think we might have a Kurt Hawkins signing live on the site.
That'll be actually pretty good. You really tried hard to get this delivered to us in time to get it signed up there. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, I did it.
Kenny Omega. Thanks, Tommy. And we're going to touch that here in a minute.
Yes. Ooh. We will hit on Kenny Omega. We're going to hit on War
Farrell's
Games.
laughing at you, by the way.
Listen, I grew up on the legends. I grew up on the classics, Mike, so don't you worry about me. And I'm a fan of battle rap now. So I don't know how much you know about that, Mike. And for those who don't know, at some point after Christmas, hopefully sooner than later, me and Mike Farrell, who is a really, really, really good rapper. Deceptively so, too. You wouldn't expect it. He's really good, but I am going to beat him in a battle rap. I'm a fan of battle rap now, the current battle rappers that most people have never heard of. So you're in trouble, man, because I study that stuff.
Yeah, there you go. JP is so old, the only rapping he knows is Christmas rapping.
All right, Rings. All right, RJ, because I didn't grow up on Biggie and Pac.
Cricaris one. See, here's the thing. It's like I did the 90s rap. I was in it, and then I was like, it was fun. No problem. South Central LA, I love it. But as soon as it got to a certain point, I got right back to my roots in rock and roll, and that's where I'll always live. So when you guys do a rap battle, I'm like, it's cool because Tim Montana, I'm a fan. He works with Kid Rock, Charlie Daniels, all those cool dudes. So he's part of that scene. I'm more excited to see, like Rucker said, a bunch of white dudes talking rap. That's what I'm talking about. We're just trying to get over this. I'm just excited for the rap battle. I'm just excited to see how much fun who's going to get. Somebody's going to get. Maybe it'll be competitive. I don't know. Hi, Lori. So let's get into this, dude. Let's literally get into what we're here to talk about. What's your opinion on the Sting appearance in AEW?
Ooh. Jason, I want your opinion on the Sting appearance on AEW. For those who don't know, this is that's former NWA light heavyweight champion Jason Rumble right there.
Yes.
Like,
Jason.
literally. What's up, Jay? I think it's good for the company. I think he'd be great in like a manager role, some type of GM role. As long as he can act as an agent for those guys, I think he'll elevate everybody.
Do you feel like that locker room not only becomes a little stronger with Sting there? I'm not for or against it right now. I think the jury's out on AEW for me, just because the reason here's why. You can't compare AEW and NXT. It's two totally different brands at this point in time. When you're bringing in the talent like Sting into an AEW level, then you're saying you're ready for the big leagues. Okay, then if you're ready for the big leagues, let's do it, right? Stop comparing AEW to NXT, because NXT is a developmental program. It's a developmental promotion. Am I right, JP, or am I wrong?
Sort of. So here's the thing.
I've never seen
WWE reply to something any other company has done before. But I did see an article today that said that Triple H has said that they're not against working with other companies. And so that's definitely in response to AEW working with Impact.
We talked about this last week,
right?
And we did it briefly at the end, just because we know guys that are in both the companies, like you. And this goes back 2 years to New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Young Bucks, the separation. I have a hard time swallowing that we're watching New Japan Wrestling in the States and people are talking and acting like it's something other than that. Plus, like we watch Beyond. I really feel like I'm watching Beyond Wrestling every time I'm watching AEW. It's awesome for me. I love it. And when I see somebody like Sting, it reinforces, I think, for me, the fact that they're in it. Like, they're really in it. And I think what they're using Sting for is, one, of twofold. Ratings, right? And two, a leader in that locker room. A leader that is a guy that will that aligns with what AEW, I think, business philosophy is be independent, be yourself, make your own money, do your own thing. And that's what Sting's done, right? He didn't go to the WWE. He did the WCW thing. He was an NWA guy the entire thing through. So I think it's cool, man. I'm ready to go. I don't know how you feel about Sting, but I'm more excited for the youth getting the spotlight, like John Silver, Legit Layla, Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, LAX, Eddie Kingston. Like, those are just the top of my mind right now that I can go from. That I'm really happy that Sting's there, but I'm also disappointed at the same time, because it means that you have to have a 20-man battle royal, which Adam Page is a part of.
But
that's a 3-minute diatribe, puke vomit of how I feel about Sting in AEW. I'm excited, but I'm leery at the same time.
This is Jason here. At one point in time, NXT was developmental, but then they threw their hat into the pay-per-view market and they became a major player. Along with them being on network TV, that's not all. That's, I think, what he meant to say is that not just the network. That's real television, basically.
Okay, then, so explain to me, and this is me coming at it, what happened to, where's Evolve in this? And now when you post this stuff, they're trying to call it the next signing of developmental contracts. You see 7 guys, and then 2 of those are pretty ready. You see them in NXT. Like, I'm trying to see the compare. Like, to me, it's still developmental. It will always be that way to me, because that's where the original signees go to do it.
But then you get guys like Tommaso Ciampa that like clearly just stated, I don't want to go to WWE. I'm NXT.
Exactly, and that's that. I guess that was my follow up to that. Is we also have, like, Adam Cole is NXT. Like, I can't see Undisputed Era in any other thing than the gold brand for a long time, and I respect. Like Roderick Strong is one of my favorite professional wrestlers of all time, not only because of who he is as a person, but the drive and dedication he's had to be who he is. Like it sucks. It sucks, man. And then all of a sudden, can you imagine the work like these guys like Matt Sydal, Roderick Strong, like AEW, and the merger with Impact is huge. But I really think that we're missing the boat, and I think that Impact is going to get the bigger shake of this hand.
I don't know. I think so. You got two companies that are, I don't know, they're going to be working together with Impact and with.
Yep, like
you had two pretty big things that happened this week on AEW, and that's the Sting. That Sting coming in. That's going to be big, and that's going to elevate them all because that's going to put eyes on them. It's David Arquette. Okay, it's going to put eyes on them. It's going to get headlines. It has. They managed to surprise people with that. No one knew he was coming out until he came out. Like, how the fuck did they do that? WWE can't pull that off.
Jason is 100% right, and I'm not Finn Balor's credibility. I will never question that. And the reason NXT is to provide credibility to a brand that need it. And when I think of a brand in NXT. Finn Balor is that brand. So I absolutely, like, I'm not saying this is just me as through eyes from somebody that's not or doesn't know, right? Just a casual fan that's been watching this forever through a television, right?
I'm sorry. I think I said Jason was NWA light heavyweight champ. He was the NWA junior heavyweight champ. My apologies.
Should be. You should be sorry.
That's a mistake.
And it is a major brand. Like Johnny Gargano is no chump. Tommaso Ciampa is no chump. UE is no chump. Like these guys, Keith Lee, no chump. I really think that. I think that the talent that's in NXT have the ability to move up if they so choose. I think the Undisputed Era has been given that opportunity, and I think they've talked with it.
I think
and declined. I think they've decided that that's where they want to be, and that's the brand they want to be behind with. And I think when you bring a Finn Balor, they say down, but for me as a fan, NXT is above those products because I get all of it at the same time. Yeah. Dude, Finn Balor and Kenny Omega, Bullet Club versus Bullet Club is absolutely right. There's so many tie-ins that if this was all done right and every promotion worked us all the way that they should work us to the end of no end for every ounce and every penny that we have, it could all work. It really, really could. But it's going to take a lot more Triple H coming forward and saying that than ever before. Like, do you remember the pay-per-view ECW in the Hammerstein Ballroom when, like, Paul E shit all over Edge? Speaking of giving over that, talking about my heart, like he shit all over JBL. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, like that pay-per-view in there and how he just went where he went?
But that was a work.
Exactly. But to some people, that's not. To some people, that's a shoot. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to make, man, is when people are talking about all of this, like, I think I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not going to get everything when it comes to JP yawning and Tommy Flynn taking a sip of soda every time.
I don't think I yawned. I've been drinking. I've been drinking my beer.
I'm an NXT mark. I will always be NXT. I've watched it since episode 1. I've missed a few episodes here and there, but I've always went back to watch them. I miss them on the WWE Network. I miss being able to watch that, and then 205 Live. I don't know, man. I really think that Impact is really going to benefit more from this than AEW. Because think about it, you've already got AEW Dark, right?
Yes, and I agree with Jason on this. Is NXT, and you know this for a fact, Josh. The one show that I go out of my way to see each week is NXT.
Absolutely. Like I consciously choose to make my ratings count, and I watch NXT over AEW just because I'm not bored with the product. It's a different product. It's one I prefer to watch secondary. I have a primary, and that's NXT because it's a brand that I fell in love with. I've been able to watch something since its inception, so it's really cool for me to do that. Some people feel that same with AEW. The reason I don't feel that way about AEW is because I've already watched this shit in New Japan. That's just my feelings. Like a lot of this is going to be. I just, you know how I feel, man. I'm a purist at heart. I really am, and Don Callis is one of the cool. Mark my words right now. You're going to see the same TNN network versus Impact fight over ratings that we saw when ECW was trying to break from TNN, but it's all going to be different. I do Impact Wrestling X Division or on NXT, dude. Just. Don't get me started. You don't, but the problem is it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous, and when you're talking about NXT talent and the experience, what's up, Joe Salenza? You got to take into account. Look at somebody tweeted the most. Let me ask you this, JP. Who do you think is the most over, and also the most improved wrestler of 2020?
Improved?
Yes. Brand wise, skill wise, mic wise, and the reason I ask is because somebody, and it's somebody that I love. It's just awesome. I don't want to mention him right now because I don't want to call him out because I haven't asked. But Drew McIntyre was most improved.
Yes, I would give that. I would say that.
Let me ask you this: so if you look smaller or further into somebody like Shotzi Blackheart that was in Evolve and now where she's at in NXT, I think that's the point that I'm trying to make. Right? It's that bigger show, but on a smaller level, and I get to see the people that we've seen in Beyond on independent wrestling TV, go to Evolve, then go to NXT, have that work where they've done the training the right way, done everything properly, and then you see that maturation process from there to now. I think that's the point I'm trying to make, is there's no love loss for me when it comes to AEW and the product. I just think it's a different level. I think AEW is on a Raw and SmackDown level. I don't think it's on an NXT level. I think they're competing in a league that they're better than, and they're touting their woo-woos because they feel like they need to, when they should just be shutting up and producing more and more product.
But here's the thing, to go back to the original thing on it being on if it's a feeder or not, if it's a developmental. And I think it is less developmental now than it was.
Agreed.
Because since Keith Lee, who's come up?
You can't right now.
You could say Retribution, but a lot of Retribution wasn't even really being used on NXT.
Do we start trying to get the Easter eggs now in on this guy, or do we wait? Do we go from AGFUCKS to this guy, or what?
Jason, I've been saying that about that kid forever, and you know that.
This is the individual that Drew Gulak refers to as September Beige, also known as August Gray.
That was a great tweet, but that was
awesome.
I don't disagree with that, and the way they get the way they're giving him time already is incredible, and they're putting him in spots where he has the ability to affect a storyline. He's smart enough that he knows that's not his spot right now. But if he made a mistake, that could jeopardize a storyline, and they're trusting him in those spots, which shows you how they feel about him.
Yeah, August Gray, also known as Retro AG to us. And everybody else now is August Gray. I'm still curious to see if your theory behind the T-shirt and the name pick is actually true or not. At some point, we may get the answer to that when he's old and retired, and we get to do this like 20 years from now.
What was that?
That I really think that, because didn't that name announcement come in August? And isn't he always wearing that gray NXT T-shirt? So we're just thinking that it's
true.
Basically picked the month of what he was
August
asked, and
is
the
his
color
birthday. In the
color T-shirt that that's it, man. Plus the Canadian tuxedo he's throwing out there. I don't know, man. I'm excited I'm an NXT mark, and I'm always going to be that, because we've said this since day one. You can go back 3 years from now when August Gray was talking about CZW and taking the belt, the same belt that MJF had, the same belt that John Moxley has had, the same belt a lot of people have had in CZW. So I'm just a mark for that, and it's the I don't follow dudes. I follow belts. Follow the belt. Follow the belts.
Jason, I know it's COVID and there's not a lot going on, but if you want to plug your stuff, we'll put it up on the screen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess overall, Stinger, I'm super jacked that he's there. I mean, Pro Wrestling Tees, I guess he smashed the record for number of T-shirts sold in a day. So, I mean, there's that. The new logo's sick. Chris Recker has a bunch of shit to waste money on now and deprive kids of a good Christmas. So there's that. I don't know, man. I'm just I'm excited overall for Sting to be there. I'm excited for AEW as a brand, but I'm also excited for NXT, WWE, and the statements that Triple H makes about reaching out and working with other brands and other companies. But I mean, Evolve was that. I mean,
yes.
So is ICW over in. I mean, they are doing this. It's just that people don't see that and they're not paying as much attention to it. NXT UK was brought upon because of that. I mean,
right, and they're not putting it on television the way that they could.
Right, you can go watch it. You can watch independent wrestling on the network right now. You can go watch. You can go watch that on the E.
They understand the power of having an NXT talent on an independent show, and that's what they're doing.
Look at this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put so Mike Farrell just asked, who should Mox drop the NJPW US title to? I don't think we put that up at all.
And Rumble just said.
Rumble says Mox should put over Juice Robinson. So to answer the question, Mike Farrell, the universe works in a really cool way. So who Mox should drop the New Japan Pro Wrestling US title to should be Juice Robinson. Right? Are we wrong in that?
No. Juice is incredible. So,
hey, we're 20 minutes in. Do you want to take a break, or we just go through here?
Yeah, we'll do a break, but we're not really going to do a break.
Okay, let's tell everybody that's listening to the podcast. We're going to take a break. For everybody that's watching live, we're going to keep rolling. But everybody that's listening to the podcast, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Legit Layla, some John Silver. And also our War Games predictions, man. Plus maybe another little Rousey return prediction. How about that, man?
Sure. And actually, I think we at some point do have to take a break tonight, but live. But yeah, we're back.
Cool. So let's take a break here real quick. We'll take that live break here in about 10 minutes, which is really cool. And then we'll talk about our War Games predictions and Rousey. We'll be right back. Welcome back, boys and girls. It's three Irish boys. I'm Josh, also known as Jetty. I'm the one that has the accent that doesn't sound like I'm from South Boston. JP, however, does, because that's where he's at. What's up, dude? Should we? So we got to do this live read here in about 9 minutes.
And I'm not the only one from Boston. Jason Rumble is the Boston bad boy, the one and only Boston bad boy that he inherited from his father. So
and only. Are you excited about War Games?
I am, actually. I love War Games. I always have. When
I think of War Games now, I think of Undisputed Era and how they just are a regular part of it now. Like Eric and Ivar were there. They're gone.
Yeah.
I continue to go back to them as a mainstay. So it's cool. I think I'm excited. I'm more excited about this War Games than I have been.
You don't even
about
know the matches either, do you? Though.
Well, I know the female match. We've got Toni Storm, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai. I think Raquel Gonzalez, Shotzi, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley. Right, but it's Ember Moon. I think Io's on their team now. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the match I'm most excited about because Ember's back, Toni Storm's back. It feels like the NXT Women's Division is back like it was a year ago, to an extent. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm also excited about the fact that Ember Moon is there and doesn't give a shit. Like, she's there to wreck shit. I get that vibe, so I'm excited for it, man.
No.
Yeah, Mike Farrell War Game should be Yui's signature match. I think it is, dude. I think it is. I really do.
War Game should be what? I'm not on the screen. I'm
the War Games, that should really be Undisputed Era's like signature match.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, as far as I know, we've got Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher, Dexter Loomis, and Cameron Grimes. That's a weird one right there. Leon Ruff, dude, I love Bucko 5 Live and little Leon Ruff, man.
It's important to note that Dexter Loomis Cameron Grimes match is a strap match too.
Why?
Because it's a strap match.
He doesn't use his legs anyway.
Did you watch NXT this week when he?
How awkward do you feel when he gets in the ring?
It's really strange. It's like it's sort of strange because like Edge did something similar.
I want to talk about psychology behind it someday.
And pulled himself in, but like he is up like he's a cobra about to snap.
It's weird, right? Like the psychology behind it. I understand it, but I'm not only like enamored by the fact that he does that, right? And as far as the way he sticks his chest out and the way he does that, but the fact that he doesn't move his legs like at all. He doesn't move his legs at all. Like 0 legs. And I don't understand how a person can do that. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's not.
What's that?
Dude that can move his legs like that. They can legitimately like just
have them dead.
Yeah, just dead like that. And I mean, he's strong.
He's like the neighbor from Family Guy.
Yes. Yes.
But without the wheelchair.
Jason saying Shotzi's team wins. Are we going to do these?
Yeah.
Let's.
You know what? Like I might have to change my opinion because.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Rousey's return for 5 minutes before we do this live read. Okay.
When do you think she's returning? The Rumble?
Yeah. Same thing we did 3 years ago. Why not? Why not have her back at the Royal Rumble this year? Take a drink. For those of you playing along, that was a hidden yawn. Go ahead and take a drink.
Where do you bring her in, though?
Doesn't matter. You just bring her in. I don't think you have to. You already have like, aren't the other ones still there training?
I believe so.
So I mean, you still have that. I mean, you got Flair that's out getting ready to come back. Becky's going to have a baby, so you get the time to build up that ultra heel, ultimate heel, over the top heel, right? While Becky's raising her little baby, she's doing the thing that she needs to do for a year, right? And then all of a sudden, a year later, if that's how long it's going to take, at Mania 2022, if Rousey's still there, if she's got a contract, you got your main event again with a bloody face. Like I see it, and maybe I'm just an idiot booker and a mark when it comes to that, but that's the gold for me.
But
tell me if am I out there? I know I'm out there, but can you buy that?
I do.
It's Fox. She's gonna be on Fox. She's gonna be on SmackDown. She's gonna bring viewers. She's money wherever she goes. I'm with you, Jason. Please no Ronda. It's gonna happen. They're talking to her.
Are they? So you follow the news more than I do.
I am in the news that I want to be involved in. Let's just say not the rumors, but when there's contract negotiations in process, right, is what I pay attention to. So when you talk about ratings and you talk about what's going to tell me, people compare, like when they're talking about Sting showing up on AEW, when I saw Rousey in the Rumble, that was it. That was the work that she did for the 6 months to get up to that, plus the work that she did 6 months after that, plus what she said when she left, right? Tell me that does not all build up for the biggest female heel you've had in a very, very long time. Plus, it also allows Charlotte to be a face.
I think that was always the plan, too, but
I agree, but when babies come in there and boys do their thing with girls, that's what happens is babies are born, and you can't prevent it. And it's part of the world that we live in pro wrestling now is there's travel buddies, right? Isn't that what they're called now, is travel buddies? You can't say their name if they're in promotions, they're travel buddies.
I just question the time, though. Is the time right for it?
When would be a better time?
Mania.
When are people?
But does it really matter now though with the way shit is? So
no, here's where it matters, and I want to talk about this in a little. Here's what matters: is you bring Sting back on Wednesday night ratings, right? That's going to wane sooner or later. That's going to wane. Ratings are good now, but it's going to wane. I don't understand why you don't bring those guys in for pay-per-view buys. You're going to make way more money. Same thing with Miro. You're going to make way more money. And what I'll compare this to is when Kurt Angle showed up in TNA after being in WWE. I legit marked out harder than I ever have when Kurt Angle showed up in Impact. Because everybody's been talking about Sting and their favorite Impact. And the Sting in Impact was legit. But Sting and Kurt Angle in Impact were amazing.
You mean Kurt Angle that decorates his tree in his Olympic gears?
Dude, he's so awesome.
Did you see that video?
See? Dude, I'm telling you, Chaos Theory Pod is on the same thing with me. Like he wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be mad at Rousey undefeated streak for a year. Like it wouldn't be easy. Like,
he's on the same level as you, like not good at battle rap.
You're gonna get squashed. Do you have this live read ready? Let's get this live ready. Fuck, I can't even talk, man. This Irish copy. So let's get this live read done and have a good time.
It's Christmas time. And this year, we're all looking for the perfect holiday gift. You're locked in your house. You can't really go shopping. The malls are, the stores are crazy. And today I want to tell you about the Gallery, Gallery. The Gallery shop has curated a collection of photographs from around the world. All prints are made from 100% recycled aluminum, giving your wall that gallery finish. Right now, the holiday season, the Gallery is exclusively offering our listeners 25% off your next purchase using the code Friday. That's 25% off your next purchase at the Gallery, Gallery.com. TheGallery.com. Using the code Friday. The Gallery, create your perfect space.
So JP, that's a really good job, man. I'm impressed. You did that all the way through without a single yawn. Gallery. That's
because it was me talking, not you.
So that's www.thegallery.com. The Gallery, yes. But spelled Gallery.com.
Correct.
Right, awesome. Man.
And it's for decorative pictures around your house, that type of thing, prints and stuff. So,
yeah, and the Chaos Theory Pod just recorded the same ad this week. So look at us on the same thing. Orton and the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Yes, Tommy. People forget that they have history. And hey, let's talk about that, dude. At some point, let's talk about getting used to micro storylines. I'm not used to them yet. Man.
I don't want to be used to them.
They happen. Like the whole Jeff Hardy Elias thing, micro feud, done in a month. See you later. Who's next? And I understand why they're doing it. Like they're trying to get the work for these guys so they can get back in there. But like it just sucks.
I was feeling nostalgic this week, and I went into a YouTube rabbit hole, and Jason will appreciate this because I looked up the old CWA in Boston. And went through a rabbit hole of some of that stuff. And it was cool. Talking the Tasmaniac. I'm talking some guy named Jason Rage. There was a lot on YouTube of that. And that's the guy who brought Jason into the business and adopted Jason as his son. Tony Rumble ran that, and it was just a great promotion. Like, I wish I was around for that. And it was like cable access here. Just going through some of the old school stuff. There was no micro storyline. The shit went on for a year.
I don't know if that's a word or not, but I just made it up. I just think it's applicable when we're talking about storylines that only last for less than a month. You almost have to call it a micro storyline because it is abrupt. Right. It's brief. It doesn't last very long. Dexter Lumis and whatever his name is. That's another one of those. It happens more in NXT than it does on the main, but that NXT stuff is bleeding up into the main, and I really think it's. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But look at the build up, like the Undisputed Era and some of their storylines has had because they've given them the time to sort of, like we joke about the action figures and let them breathe, but they've let the storylines breathe a little bit.
Right, and I think we talked about this last week too, is that it's a direct reflection of TV writers and not pro wrestling writers. And I really feel like a lot of stuff that's lost in this is the psychology. So I hope it comes back. I think it's a much needed aspect of that. You saw that in the Battle Royal with Paige and Silver and the Dark Order. Just kind of their back and forth in the psychology with him getting halfway eliminated and the Dark Order catching him and throwing him back in the ring. Those types of those need to go on for a very, very long time. Like, why does the Dark Order keep helping Adam Page? Like, why? Like, those types of things need to fade away and then come back, fade away and come back, because that's how you hold. There's no audience held.
You know what we haven't done
There's no
yet?
captivity.
We haven't done a fucking prediction yet.
I know. Fuck it. Should we do them?
Listen. I took the time out to do mine this week.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the one because which one do you want to do first?
I think I think there's not a lot of matches. I think it's they went with quality over quantity.
Yes.
I like Ciampa versus Thatcher.
Well, typically, and correct me if I'm wrong, and somebody will tell me if I'm wrong, but typically isn't an NXT pay-per-view only a 2-hour, or is this a 3-hour? So this is only a 2.
They've all been 2 hours really lately.
Right. So, I mean, it's not really a short card. It's a short card for a 3-hour pay-per-view, but it's a sweet-ass card for a 2-hour pay-per-view, right?
Yep. But you got Ciampa versus Thatcher. The build-up for that's been pretty quick. I think Tommaso
Ciampa.
Yeah, because you think about it, they've been giving Thatcher this thing where he's been beating up the young kids, August Gray being one of them, and some of the other students. But he hasn't done anything against anybody with substance yet. And I think Tommaso tests that for him, and I think Tommaso wins this one.
Yeah, I don't see Thatcher going over on Ciampa at all right now. I'm with you. That's a solid Blackheart prediction for me.
You got Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Gray in the strap match.
What's relevant with the strap? Okay, you got to tell me what's relevant with the strap match.
When was the last time you saw a strap match?
AEW a month ago.
When was the last time you saw a good strap match?
ECW, probably Steve Corino.
I mean, I'm thinking the old Texas. You know what I mean? Like the old.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I guess that was a Texas bull rope match, not really a strap match. I apologize.
I think Dexter Lumis on that.
Dusty Rhodes and Steve Corino. Sorry, ECW. It's the last time I saw a good match like that.
I think it's got to be Dexter Lumis.
Yes, I'm putting Dexter all day long. Cameron Grimes is. I'm still trying to figure Cameron Grimes out.
He's a hillbilly. I mean. In that sense that he's a hillbilly, this match, that strap match was sort of made for hillbillies, but I just think it's Dexter Lumis.
So what is your definition? Why is he a hillbilly and not white trash?
Because he's a hillbilly. I mean, white trash is hillbilly-ish.
Right, but there's levels of this. Ask Rucker, he'll tell you. He knows.
He thinks we're white trash.
Well, that's because he lives in Georgia.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. But I'm not saying he's right either.
Then you got... Who do you got on that one?
Which one?
Loomis and Grimes.
Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis wins that.
So we agree so far on both.
Yeah, there's no way Cameron Grimes and Timothy Thatcher... great talent all the way around, still developing, but there's no way they can go around those guys right now.
I think we disagree on this next one, though.
Are you doing the three-way?
The three-way. Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, and the champion, Leon Ruff.
I think the champion retains.
I do too.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, he's money, dude. He is money.
I think that something will happen between Gargano and Priest where one gets knocked out and one gets knocked out of the ring, or maybe there's a double knockout and he gets the pinfall. It'll be the underdog win. He's never going to get a huge win. He's always going to have that underdog, that schoolboy roll up for the win. You know what I mean?
Right. We're 3 for 3 on the same right now.
Yeah. Now, the only two left are the War Games matches. You got Team Candice LeRae, which is Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, First team Shotzi, which is Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. Blackheart's team has the advantage where they go in first.
Man, this is a tough one. This is... I went first last time. You go first this time.
I think it's Shotzi.
Why? Just because it's so far, it's her year, right? I mean, they're pushing.
It's her year. It's been Ember Moon since she returned. Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai. I mean, Candice LeRae, you can't take anything away from Toni Storm. Dakota Kai. I'm not really familiar with Raquel Gonzalez, but I think Team Shotzi, and that's a change from what I had at the beginning of the show. By the way, for the record.
I didn't want to be the Beyond Wrestling Mark guy, the Ember Moon, the Rhea Ripley Mark dude that I am. So I'm glad that you were able to validate the fact that it's Shotzi's year and that I'm not wrong in selecting that team.
So yeah, Shotzi as well.
Yeah, all day long. No offense, like
we might go 5 for 5.
I think so. When there was a podcast known as Smart to Death, with Anthony's moved on. Like,
well, yeah, Anthony does. Doesn't Anthony do Talkmania now?
Shooting the Sport. No.
Oh, that's not him.
No, okay. That was bad. That was ouch. Oh my god.
Sorry, J-Bomb. Sorry, J-Bomb.
Awesome. That was awesome. That was a rib. Of all ribs tonight. That was perfect. I didn't set that up, didn't talk about it, didn't do anything. It just came up a natural conversation, and here we are.
J-Bomb from Talkmania looks like a mix of that Anthony kid. And,
I like that you call him the Anthony kid, and they just like this young man.
Hold on, and there's one more.
What?
There's one more. Fucking, who's the dude in Practical Jokers? Not Joe, not Q, the other one.
The one that has female tendencies?
Not the one that looks like a ferret.
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I forget his name, but he looks like him too. Thank you, Mike, by the way.
Sal. There you go. Sal.
Yes.
Like Sal.
Yes.
And that was Mike Farrell from Chaos Theory Pod that said that, not us.
So the next up is Undisputed Era, which we all know. That's Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish versus Pat McAfee versus I don't know what they call him, Pat McAfee. I think they call him the Mac Pack or something.
I call him the Shitstorm.
But Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne,
you got Fireface and Shitstorm.
Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch. And in this match, Pat McAfee's team has the advantage.
I don't want to pick against the Undisputed Era, but I am this time.
Then we are going to disagree, my friend. I think you were going to have something special in this match. I think from seeing Pat McAfee versus, Adam Cole, I think you're going to see him do some crazy stuff, and it's going to be fun to watch. But I think it's going to go to Undisputed. I don't think you can have Undisputed Era lose that match to a team that was put together 2 weeks ago.
I agree, but I have to go against the grain on this one because it's too obvious. For me, this one's too obvious. Do you know what I mean?
And I love, like, Oney Lorcan, Biff Busick. I think Oney is unbelievable. I think Pete Dunne is unbelievable. I think Danny Burch is great. Pat McAfee, like I said, he put on something special with Adam Cole and didn't just rely on Adam Cole to do that.
Dude, I didn't give Pat McAfee enough respect when it was a basic wrestling match. It was a basic come out, bounce off the ropes, take a knee, headlock fucking match at the beginning, right? But it got tremendously better.
When he was doing he was doing the suicide dives and the all kinds of crazy shit that he shouldn't have been able to do.
When I saw the rope to rope and go to the knee headlock, I was like, oh, come on, dude. We can't be having this on NXT. I'm like, you got to bring something to it, right? Something. But yeah, it was I'm thoroughly impressed to see the maturation process, and I'm thoroughly impressed to see the dude with drive go do something and prove that if you put your fucking mind to do it, you can do whatever you fucking want. And that's Pat McAfee, right?
That's it.
So we called him and we differed on one. So that's where I think you're going to lose.
I think I'm going to win. What's the bet?
Do we still wager on this shit?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we should do something, I feel like.
Especially since it's War Games. If I had known this, I would have put more effort into it than a minute before we went on.
Right.
Because I'm usually pretty good at predicting these NXT matches just by looking at who I know and what's going on.
I was busy watching.
And this is, dude, I'm serious. I'm legit. Like, when people ask, like, why do you love NXT so much? Is because I'm a mark for it. I make sure I am. I don't read the dirt sheets. I don't read who's going to get signed unless it's Anthony Green, and I don't worry about it.
Well, right before this, and you know this, I was watching The Mandalorian as they debut. No spoilers there. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think we just do it because it's natural and it's organic, and we appreciate everybody that comes along with us. See, here you go. Look at this. We can wager my fig, JP.
Which figure?
I don't know. I think you owe her one. Oh, shit.
I do owe her one. Which figure do I owe her?
Loser has to buy Chaos Theory shirt. No.
Loser has to wear a Chaos Theory shirt. I'm just playing, Mike. I'm just playing. But, Mike, that's what you're in for. Like, I'm that quick off the top with that shit. That's what you're in for.
Timber says the one I never got. Here's what we want to... So, just because you guys win that week does not necessarily mean that we have the time to send it out that week. There's like a 30-day processing...
I am still sitting on Nick Haddock's Kane figure right here. That is going out tomorrow.
I think I'm still sitting on some stuff here, too, but...
Everything else...
We've got a few more things we want to touch on. We got to spin the wheel. This is like the last 15 minutes of the show where we kind of do what we need to do. Is there anything else? I would have. I don't know.
This is for that Edge figure, man. That's a badass figure, and there's not a lot of names on the wheel this week. I'm sort of disappointed.
Well, I think it's been a rough week for a lot of people.
This is 3 figures in one because it's really Edge. It's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Like, so it's not only 3 figures in one. Right now, it's 3 companies.
JP, have you seen this yet?
I don't know what it is. Oh, yes, I have.
Just
that's.
I mean, this thing.
That was that little picture you bought, right?
Yeah, the 16 by 20 of the Iconics JSA. Look at it's framed now, dude.
That is awesome. You said that's a heavy duty frame too, huh?
Dude, it probably weighs as much as Jack's does, like 20. No, it doesn't weigh that much, but this is oak. It's heavy. Plus, it's got that. I mean, it's in there. Any Val Venus figures. Let me stand up real quick.
I don't think he wants the mini.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that here. That's for after hours.
Bobby, I want to know
what for after hours on 80 Proof Pod.
Bobby, I want to know what you bagged this week.
Yeah, I'm saying that we just.
Bobby told me his brother almost hit a 10-point buck.
I don't know, man. What are you, as far as figures go? Have you went out? I showed you what I got. I don't think did I keep it in here?
Well, I did order that Edge figure for myself too.
I think I let Timber take back that Cena. So,
yeah.
But that Cena Jenner, what was that? What was that one I showed you? What was that?
Oh, the Ultimate. That was the Ultimate.
Yeah, the John Cena. What do they call him? That Decade of Domination or whatever the hell it is that they're calling. I saw it in Walmart, man. I didn't have to do anything but show up, and there's a drink, Bobby Demore. I didn't have to do anything but show up. Like, I'm literally see that? Look at this money.
Bam.
This one right here. Look at that. Decade of Domination, John Cena. Wearing the white hat, Larry Bird. I love the fact that it has the word life knuckles in there. Like, this is, guess what, JP? This will be one that is not breathing.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm getting, Jax is getting his hands on that one.
I tried this Undertaker one, I want really bad. Really bad.
What else is on there?
Look at that.
Oh, that's a nice Orton figure, too.
Dude, I almost grabbed that, but the top, like in Walmart, this top right here was just ripped.
Yeah.
So I had a choice. Are you going to spend $20 on this fig that...
Yeah, we're both in box. Like, I'm not taking them out. The ones I have, I don't take out of the box. There.
Yeah, this one, literally... honestly, if it would have been between Cena and Taker on this one, I don't know what I would have done.
You know my issue. My issue is, like, I have with the way my room is set up, I have a closet that I can display some stuff in. My sneakers take up 90% of that closet.
Yes.
And my figures are already taking up the other 10%.
My mini studio here is... There's a lot in here.
I'm thinking of doing something similar, but on my door here, because my door doesn't hit the wall when it opens, so I could pull that off.
I've legitimately almost got it down to a science, man.
And you just started like 6 months ago. You weren't collecting figures for a year.
No. Like I pass on the Legends. I could go buy an Eddie Legends right now. I could go buy a Warrior Legends right now. I could go buy some other one of these right now. But I'm more of I'm specific. If I don't have an attachment to the fig, at what point in time? Like, to me, that John Cena figure reminds me of the early Thugonomics. Like, the Newberry Mask John Cena coming out, SmackDown, who's this? That's the John Cena I fucking love, dude. That's the John Cena I fell in love with. That's the John Cena that took and transformed an Attitude Era into the John Cena era. That was the kid that did everything that he had to do, and I think listened to a lot of what Undertaker had to say and did what he needed to do. Dude, I respect him for not only because of who he is, but the conviction that he has and his willingness to put himself out there and make himself available through not only Make-A-Wish Foundation, but all the other shit that he does.
He's one of the biggest Make-A-Wish guys, too.
Oh,
and Mike... Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead. I'm mostly an MX-90 guy. I don't think I'll get the Nature Boys. Is
Tommy on the wheel? Tommy's asking, is he on the wheel?
I'll put Tommy on. Hang on.
Yeah, Tommy, you're on the wheel.
I didn't notice the retweet. I don't see all the shares on Facebook, guys. It's hard to see those. So
we do our
best. I know Tommy talks about us all the time. So. I should remember him like I remember Bobby.
It's just good to have everybody here. It's nice to hang out with people that hang out with us on a consistent basis on a Friday night, and we may be changing up some things. More, I don't know, man. I'm finding some cool ass basic figs out there. I love giving out the elites, like the Johnny Gargano, Gargano that's out there right now that I just saw that I didn't pick up that I should have.
I'm an elite guy myself. Like, I'm not a huge collector, so I'm an elite guy, and I like the stuff like that Edge figure, the Kane figure. So when I see a figure I'm going to buy for myself, I'm going to try to grab two. That's what I've been trying to do.
I've been looking for. Did you like the plus? So I do top shelf shopping at Walmart, right? Because usually at Walmart they have the boxes up there. And I can read and I see it, right? And I'm like, oh, absolutely.
So and you can reach them.
Oh yeah, look. So this is the one that had. This is Series 113. So Mia Yim, Cena. So this is the Chase variant of Edge, and I grabbed that one up, dude.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, straight up out of the box, bro. Right there. That's the Chase variant of the Edge.
Now, what makes it the Chase? The colors?
Yeah, so the colors, like you'll see the pants down here, different colors, such the boots as well. I think the other one, I can't remember what color was, but it was like a blue. Plus, I got Mia Yim in this is fucking pretty sweet too.
There is a Chase version of this figure that we're giving away today, which, truth be told, is not in my hands yet. I'm waiting on shipment. I was hoping to have it by today so I could. This is what I was going to try to do and not even tell you guys is.
This is what we do.
I know that there's a Kurt Hawkins signing in New York tomorrow that I know one of my friends is going down to. I was going to send both figures down and surprise whoever we gave it to with an autographed figure.
But we can't. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, it didn't work out. But that's the type of shit that you guys can be ready for from us, because we will do that stuff. But there is a chase variant of this, and if one of the two that comes in is the chase, that will be the one that we give away.
Absolutely. If we get any chase variants, like, I'm going to give those away more than anything else, and that's what I love more about doing this. And it's Timber's fault. It's Rucker's fault. It's doing the favorite podcast's fault. Who else can I blame? It's your fault. It's the kid's fault. It's everybody else's fault but mine.
Let's blame Chaos Theory just because I made fun of him earlier. I feel like I got to plug him.
It's Chaos Theory's fault.
Chaos Theory does a badass... Like, Mike's podcast is awesome. Like, he basically takes one match out of wrestling past and talks about it every week.
Which one is the... So if I'm looking at the Elite Series 8 Eddie Guerrero, what is that?
And Mike is part of the Full Press Coverage family, so you can get him on fullpresscoverage.com.
Here's what, I'm going to put this out there for everybody that's listening to us when you download us on Wrestling News Source, or you download us through Full Pressing through the Full Press app, whether it's through the app or the website or at fullpresswrestling.com. Dude, the reason we align ourselves with the people that we do,
take a drink, Bobby,
is because we're not worried about unprofessionalism. We're not worried about things happening where it blows up and all of a sudden.
Yeah, nobody on those sites is getting it. There's no, not that cancel culture doesn't exist there, but they're so professional that they don't have to worry about being canceled.
Right. If I call, this is Joe on YouTube, if I recall the regular 113 Edge was black and blue or black and purple, I think he's right, and not the rated R. So that's
okay.
That's the difference. So there you go, man.
That's.
Oh, so he's looking for the Legends, Eddie, that was supposed to be a Target exclusive. So those are the Legends figures, right? Like the hammer. Those ones?
I think Eddie came out with with the Ultimate
So this was
Warrior.
7, so 8 comes out with Warrior. I'll go check, man.
That was the suit, the Warrior.
Oh, he has
in the
that
suit.
one. I think this is the one he got from Rucker. I think Rucker sent him this one, maybe. But Rucker did send him a fucking pretty cool fig too, man.
Rucker don't send me shit.
Rucker thinks you're a bitch.
He does.
So he tells me in private. He thinks I'm a bitch too. So we're both included in that.
But guys, let's spin this.
We're done. Let's spin this wheel and be done for the night. I've wrapped presents today with Timber. I have things to do. Again, you can find us, as always, #FreeFigFriday. We're giving figs away all the time. iTunes, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Full Press Wrestling, the Full Press Wrestling app, and Wrestling News Source, WrestlingNewsSource.com. And that's at the number 3 Irish Boys with a Z as JTW for Life is going to win.
Yes, and that's cool because JTW for Life is a new name that I've been seeing the past couple of weeks.
At JTW for Life via Twitter, #FreeFigFriday is our winner, JP. So reach out to us, DM us, let's get us your information so we can get you there. Timber, I'm heading to the broadcast.
I'm actually going to send JTW for Life a message.
Hey, Jason,
right now.
Jason, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate any time that somebody lets us know that we're doing a good job, that somebody enjoys the show. Like, it means a lot to us because when we sit down behind the mic, we're just two buddies having a conversation, and you guys get to be a part of that, and we love including people in the live podcast, and we love being able to say that when this goes out, you guys are in thousands and thousands of people's ears at the same time.
That's it. And Jason, I miss you, buddy. I can't wait to see you at a show.
Is there anything else tonight, man? Are you anything that you got out?
I'll just thank you to everybody for tuning in and coming in and chilling with us, man. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, if you guys need figs, like, at all, Farrell, I'm gonna get off right now. I'm gonna see if I can find that fig. If I can find it, I'm gonna go grab that SOB and make sure that you get it. Again, man, it's the love of pro wrestling. It's the figures. It's
Are you going figure hunting right now?
If it's there, I'm going. I'm gonna go. You know where I'm going to look, right? #legwork.
Send me if you go, send me pictures because I'll pay. I'll Cash App or Venmo you, whatever.
Okay, I will. Again, guys, at the number 3 Irish Boys with a Z. You can find us anywhere podcasts are found on the internet. Just search for the Irish Whip Podcast. We appreciate you listening. I'm Josh Steady. JP, anything?
No, man. Thank you, guys. WNS, WrestlingNewsSource.com, of course. FullPressCoverage.com. Thank you. Guys, for all your support. Thank you, people, for coming in and hanging with us. I hate to say fans because like you guys are family and friends to us, but thank
Make
you.
sure you visit www.thegallery.com.
Promo code Friday. Save 25%.
Just like Free Fig Friday.
That's it. They did that just for us.
Yeah, Bobby D, Jason, Lori, Timber, babe, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Farrell, RJ, Peteopolis. I think you're around here somewhere. I think I saw him out there.
I didn't see Pete in there.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just mentioning Pete's name. Maybe I'm doing the same thing Paul Heyman does and just making shit up and throwing it out there and see what happens. Hey, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.